How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting. Welcome back to Jiang and Dash. Jiangshi and Dash. I keep saying it wrong. It's just darn Chinese. Anyway, welcome back. Last week we were able to finally kind of kick the series, restart it again, and last time we ended up in a casino. I've given up trying to figure out exactly how this is going to play out, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen next. Though I worry Ling Ling's going to make some pretty big decisions here, unfortunately. Though it seems like she might have actually run out of money. Hopefully she didn't lose anything too precious. But we also are kind of on the trail of the star Nyan Nyan. Because, like, we tried to send a little curse her way just as a test, and she sent it back with us with a vengeance. So we're going to figure out what the heck that's all about. And yeah, I guess we're just going to keep plodding along and figure out where the plot's going to take us from here. Oh, wait. Oh. I did remember as well, apparently there are words I can look and highlight. I'm supposed to hover over them and it's supposed to like tell me. You don't get to see my cursor, and I wonder if my capture program is preventing it from working, because I swear I did last time check the words. Maybe I need to like stay still over a word or something. So I'll try that again. See if it'll work this time. But as was said in the comments last time, it might just be a meme that I just do not get. Like, maybe the last episode was when I'll finally get it to work, but we'll have to see. Oh well. Anyway, let's get right back into it. So, let us continue where we left off. Oh, I lost. Ling Ling advanced down the corridor in positively despondent mood. Welcome to the world of gambling, Ling Ling. Ling Ling reminisced about her grave loss of Mahjong. After trying all sorts of games and failing to grasp the rules, she ultimately opted for one she was already familiar with. Why? This can't be! Nonetheless, the results of her attempts could easily bring tears to one's eyes, or even cause a mental breakdown. Buzz buzz. Everything. Luan was fairly blunt with his question. Ling Ling signaled for him to come closer with an awkward expression. Luan obeyed and leaned down to match his height. Dang. Ling Ling turned to Yen with tears in her eyes. See, that's what I was worried about. Now she's like indebted to them, like by her honor. Like Yen might try and be like, okay, well, you know, you can earn it back by, you know, working for us for a little bit. Yen seemed inexplicably happy about this development. Luan had his suspicions as to why the penny pincher like her acted so unlike herself. The VIP room. Luan fell into thought. Shisho. When Ling Ling turned to Luan, she saw him holding a panda doll.
Yeah, Ling Ling. 僕、パンダのルアンアン。どうしたんだい、暗い顔して。笑って、リンリン。君が暗い顔してると、僕まで悲しくなっちゃうよ。
The panda's comical routine brought a smile back to Ling Ling's face. Puppet Muppet.
この子は何ぞ？
さっきルーレットで当てたんすよ。師匠にあげるっす。やっぱやめた。
Aww. Ling Ling's face resembled that of a puppy whose meal had just been taken away.
この後の勝負に勝ったら師匠にあげるっすよ。ほら師匠、なんてしょぼくれた顔してるんすか。これから鉄火場に踏み込む人間の顔じゃないっしょ。
Right. Luan's words brought Ling Ling back to her senses. She then gave herself a slap on the cheeks. She's so adorable. Ling Ling collapsed to her knees, her cheeks burning with pain. But then quickly got back up on her feet and looked at Luan.
これから勝負する者の心構えではなかった。勝って必ずその子を手に入れてみせようぞ。
Yeah.
その息っす師匠。
And so the two finally reached the VIP room.
おお、これが VIP ルームとやらか。何やら勝者な作りだな。
Oh, this will be dangerous territory.
リンちゃん。どうしたイエン殿。
Again faced the little Daoshi with her unusually stern expression.
どうかご分を。
Oh dear. This is serious. Ling Ling entered the VIP room with a puzzled expression. Inside she saw...
こんにちは、ストーカーさん。
Oh boy! Taomi Nyan Nyan holding a demon bullet charm. Oh no, not again. Before Ling Ling could form another thought, the demon bullet charm released an explosion of light. Ling Ling too readied her 3 seals of her own. Oh, fetch! It worked! Did you see that? It glimmered for a second. There. Ah! Oh, that's sweet! Yes! We win! I finally made it work! Yeah, so natural phenomena, paralyzing foes. Almost like the 18+ slogan to prevent all good boys and girls from accessing certain types of fine literature. Though her seals deflected the attack, they were immediately reduced to ash. Yes, she is. God, the music seems loud. Hang on. I think I needed to... Oh, shoot. I don't know if I can fix that right now. A variety of different thoughts scrambled through her mind. At the same time, she heard a sheepish voice address her. Uh-oh. Ling Ling turned around and saw a meek-looking girl wearing a modest clothing and a pair of glasses. Okay, hang on. Alright, now we're back. Sorry, I went back and I toned down the music a little bit. At the same time, she heard a sheepish voice address her. Ling Ling turned around and saw a meek-looking girl wearing modest clothing and a pair of glasses. Her face looked like a mirror image of Taomi Nyan Nyan's. Interesting. The girl with glasses pointed a demon bullet charm at Ling Ling. Ling Ling stared at the demon bullet charm with a frozen expression. The next moment, it lit up in a blinding light. Oh, fetch! I was that close to an end of the book? What is that face? Oh my. What is that face and that sound? The bespectacled girl's aim was diverted by a spray of liquid hitting her right in the face. Good grief. Luan lowered the empty glass of extremely strong alcohol he'd ordered earlier. The bullet whizzed past Ling Ling's head, a short strand of her hair, its sole casualty. Luan glanced at Taomi Nyan Nyan. Oh, is she a doll? That would explain it. Like I was saying before, this stuff seems like a voodoo type of magic, and if it is, then maybe this doll is like her persona. She's not confident enough to do what be a model or a shoot. What are they called? What are they called? I know this word, idol. What's wrong with me? Anyway, she stood there motionless, showing no hint of life whatsoever. Seemed like Luan had understood something. Yeah, I think I got it. Finally shaking off her initial surprise, the glasses girl realized what had just happened. But before she could do anything, Luan caught her hands from behind. He seized her elbow and shoulder to immobilize her. He then stuck his knee between her legs and spread them apart. Seems awkward, but it actually makes a lot of sense. It seems odd, but it hampers your mobility a lot, and like it limits what you can even do to respond, keeping her from trying to kick him or stomp on his toes. People need to close their legs in order to move or turn around. Trying to do that in such a close range would have left her with a critical opening. Grappling hold. Well, he's a professional. Tao Minyanyan froze the moment she let out that scream. Luan held a cigarette between his lips and was about to light it up. Interesting. Tao Minyanyan pointed the demon bullet charm at Luan.
やめるって何よここ禁煙だっけ
Luan ridiculed the girl by playing the fool. The modest-sized flame of the lighter seemed unusually menacing. Yeah, okay. He definitely understands a lot more. Even more than I do. Maybe she's got a charm or something. Equipped with fire. Luan held tight the lighter in front of Tao's cheeks, still moist from tears. Oh! Wait a minute. Hair. Don't you need like a hair or something to connect the two? So if he burns the hair, maybe that would break the connection. Blood drained from the girl's face, making a truly sorry sight.
タオミーニャンニャンミーっつったっけタオお姉ちゃんの頭がろうそくみたいにボーボー燃えるとこ見たくなきゃ武装解除しろ5秒以内だ
Okay, so sister. Darn it, I was really hoping I was onto something. It wasn't being robbed of heat by liquid that made Tal tremble. Oh, alcohol. It was a realization that this man would make good on his reaction without a shred of hesitation. His demeanor betrayed not a shred of guilt, and it would also not kill her, necessarily. Or uncertainty. She didn't feel anything from him. No joy, no sorrow, not even madness. Only one thing was certain, the man's unwavering determination to incinerate her face in order to achieve his goal. Tao's teeth were clattering as she trembled in fear. Now here's the interesting thing though. The danger would actually be her clothing. I mean, it would hurt, yes, but most of the time when you burn alcohol, it burns itself out. I mean, you can do things like put like alcohol or methane or other like flammable materials like in your hand and light them up. And it feels unpleasantly warm, but it usually doesn't burn you until the material's all burned away. But unless I have something else to burn there, usually it wouldn't do much more than like maybe I don't think it would do a 3rd degree burn, because usually you need something to be applied directly to your skin rather than just burning away. But it would be unpleasant, but it's not the worst thing to do. But if her clothing caught on fire, that would be stuck to her body. That would be much worse. Luan Wu, the butcher that takes no lives. The fact he gave up on murder only made him more terrifying in the eyes of his enemies. Mi dropped the demon bullet charm with a frustrated expression. The wooden plank landed so gently on the ground it almost made one forget about the sheer amount of destructive power it held.
さてと
Luan gave Ling Ling an encouraging glance.
タオミーニャンニャンに会ったら絶対やりたいことがあったんじゃなかったんすか師匠
She's still like, Panda. Luan's words helped Ling Ling remember. The girl slowly approached me. No. Mi returned Ling Ling's straight gaze with open animosity. A moment later, though, the twins froze up. Ling Ling bowed her head, leaning as far as she could her tiny frame would allow.
本当にすまない。どうしか確かめるためとはいえ、不幸をかけようとしてしまった。どうか許してくれ。この通りだ。
Dang. Aww. Ling Ling. Luan released Tao and handed her a handkerchief.
いきなり酒ぶっかけて悪かったな。とりあえずそれで拭き取っておきな。ん？まだやる気？めんどい。
I seriously, it's so sad that like they have to go through such extremities just to be like, we don't actually want to do anything to you. We just want to chat. You know, it's kind of funny. Like the idol version of her is pretty cute, but I actually think this more like human, kind of like probably like a geek. Like I think she's actually more adorable. Tao seemed to be unable to keep up with the situation. In that moment, the doors opened with a bang, and Yen proceeded into the room.
そこまで。この勝負、鉄線攻守イエンが預かります。
イエン殿。イ
Okay, yeah. Ling Ling and the twins twirled to the yen.
これは一体どういうことなのだ。なんなのこれは。ちょっとイエさん。
The worlds collide. The three Daosh approached the smiling yen.
今回の件についてはうーちゃんが説明してくれます。
Wooly.
もうすべて把握してるでしょ。
俺二度も解説すんのめんどいっすよ姉さん。
I don't really want to work, Lady Yen. Luan made an exhausted face.
教えてくれ、ルアン。
まあ師匠の頼みなら。
And with that, Luan began his story. We now go back to the conversation Luan and Infa exchanged in front of the roulette board.
まったく
That stupid
これ
outfit.
から何が起こるかも知らないで。
誰かに狙われてピリピリしてるタオミーニャンニャンが待ち構えてるんだろ。
Yeah. Luan's words left Infa astonished.
なんで。
姉さんがこっそり伝えてくれたからな。
Luan said, following the ball spinning around the roulette with his eye.
ここよりもっとすごい VIP ルームもあるんですよ。後でご案内します。そこ
Right.
はシェルターになっていて、中でどんなに暴れても外には全く影響しないんです。
Yeah.
おかしいだろこのセリフ。シェルターってのは外のドンパチ防ぐもんなのに中でドンパチする前提で話している。
That's true. He's got a good point, man. He's so good at picking up the subtleties.
裏を返せばこの後シェルター内でドンパチするってことだ。相手はまあ間違いなくタオミーニャンニャンだな。
I mean, it makes sense.
どうしてタオミーニャンニャンだと思ったの。
ここは短絡的にタオミーニャンニャンの話をした直後姉さんがこう言ったから。
Right.
もちろんそんなもんは大して当てになんねえ。釜かけた時のお前の反応を見るまではな。
He's like, true. She's like, crap. Infa unconsciously covered her mouth.
おかげでタオミーニャンニャン本人が直々にやってくることも分かった。手勢は連れてきてるかもしれんが多くはないだろうな。
何を根拠にそう思うの。
これも姉さんのセリフから分かったんだが、タオミーニャンニャンは組織に口止め料を払ってるんだろう。
Right. Yep.
あとは自分たちの情報を探りに来た連中の足止めを依頼してるってとこだ。
That's why she said, I can't tell you anything about her. Yeah, that was pretty much Yen saying, like, I know exactly how to contact her, but I am not allowed to tell you anything.
組織に始末を依頼していないのは簡単にわかる。
Right.
1時間なんて猶予を与えている上に第三者を巻き込み目撃されかねないカジノに案内してるからな。
He's got a good point. Infa listened to the entirety of Luan's explanation, looking visibly impressed. The results are already out, but I'm not sure if I should interrupt. Can I touch those dealers? The dealer in front of them was exceedingly skilled at reading the room. I'll kill you. So much so that he could even write a book report on it. Book report? I like how it's actually highlighting that. Like, I could never do it. I wonder, like, now, I don't know if you can see that. I'm sure you can. But I know you can't see my cursor. And the text box is really interesting because it looks very, like normal.
口止め料を払ってるってことは自分たちを探る連中が出てくることを想定している。だがただのストーカー対策じゃねえな。わざわざ探ってるやつを自分の手で始末しようとしているんだからよ。
Oh yeah. I like how this is a class with Luan.
明らかに戦力と知られたくない何かに関わる情報を持った敵に対する対応だ。ま、何者かに狙われていることは確実。
Right, that's an interesting idea.
そして口止めや第三者を介さず自ら敵を仕留めようってところに、そういうやつは情報が漏れやすくなる大量の仲間なんて連れてこねえよ。いてもよっぽど信頼している盟友か、もしくは血のつながった身内だけだな。
はい。
大当たり。双子の姉だけが来る。
I like how he thinks like important big boobs. Jeez. Infra wasn't content to stay silent listener. She asked Luan a question that popped into her mind while he was talking.
そこまで分かってるなら逃げちゃえばいいじゃない。
そりゃ無理だインファ。 ケツまくったら厄介なことになる。やるなら今が一番いい。
He's got a point.
どうしてルアン？
ここで逃げても被害妄想、懐疑主義なタオミーニャンニャンは必ず襲ってくる。こちらにとって不利な時、不利な場所でな。
It's true, it's true.
アイドルやってるあっちとの資金の差で情報戦はボロ負けだし、姉さんは金額次第で平等に情報を売る。
And all you need is yen on your side and you're gonna win.
だけど今は襲ってくるタイミングもわかるし、俺は元組織の人間だぜ。この渋ビルでの地の利はこっちのもんだ。
Yep.
身の潔白を証明するなら今やるのがいっちゃいいっしょ。
身の潔白？
Info parroted the words back like a child, hearing them for the first time.
俺らがタオミーニャンニャンを狙ってねってことだ。いくら口で言っても信用されないだろうな。
Do not
だ
kill
っ
when you
たら
can
一度
avoid it.
タオミーニャンニャンと戦って無力化する。
No
何でも
intention
で
to
きる状
kill.
況で何もしないことでこっちの潔白を証明するだけさ。
To build trust quickly, put the target in a situation where you can do whatever you want to them, but don't do anything. This way, the target knows you're actually not hostile. I mean, it really works. It's true, but it's also terrifying to go through.
そういえばリンリンはこのこと知ってるの？
いや教えてない。師匠は人が良すぎる。教えたらきちんと話せば相手はわかるって言い出しかねない。俺はそこまで相手を信用できねえから戦闘で蹴りをつける。
Makes sense.
暴力は嘘をつかないからな。
Violence doesn't lie. There's the quote of the day.
師匠には不意打ち食らわないよう精神的にシャキッとするようにフォローするだけさ。
Alright.
それで今回の件は終わりだ。タオミーニャンニャンはギタンの同士じゃなさそうだしな。
That's probably a fair bet. I mean, but where did she get her powers? That's the real question.
組織の諜報力を信頼してくれてありがとう。
Said Infra, seemingly having lost interest in the mission.
組織は依頼者の裏を徹底的に洗う。
Why is the eye moving? That's creepy.
その組織がタオミーニャンニャンに何もしてないってことはギタンの同士じゃない。そう言いたいんでしょ？
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
うん、そういうこと。
It is horrifying. That eye is horrifying. More.
金払ってタオミーニャンニャンの裏を取ってもらおうと思ったけど、もう組織がやってて助かったぜ。
Yeah.
で、浮いた分をこうやってルーレットに突っ込んでるわけだ。
Anyone. Recap end. End of recollection.
へえ、大したものね。
Hang on. Yeah, that could make a good thumbnail. Oh, you're an impressive fellow. Me considered Luan with fascinated eyes.
私の元部下です。
Said Yen in a bragging tone. Me looked at Luan up and down, scrutinizing his every detail.
腕も立つし、頭の回転も速そうね。
Yeah, but he's a little bit of an airhead. But it's kind of intentional.
それに、なかなかいい男じゃない。
私の元部下で
He's
す。
my former subordinate.
おい姉さん、元が小せえぞ。
Yeah, Luan commented languidly.
ルアンくんって言ったっけ？私、あなたのこと気に入っちゃった。
That's nice. I don't trust you as far as I could throw you. And while it is a considerable distance, I'm pretty sure it's not far enough. Oh gosh. Me wrapped her hand around Luan's arm. You know what? This might be the better one. Yeah, that's like the perfect thumbnail right there. And pressed her sizable chest against it. It was a secret weapon that transgressed the gentleman's agreement to the battlefield. Indeed, countless seasoned warriors had fallen victim to those bewitching bulges of simple fat. What a clinical way to say it, but I'm sure it's true. Being wait. Being flat-chested is a status symbol. It's rare. Yet they appeared to have no effect on Luan. Pie. Is that what we did? The 3.145 times. He's the thinking pie to keep himself distracted.
ボディーガードしてくれない？いいでしょ？お金はいっぱい払うし、それに。
Mia gave Luan a suggestive upward glance. Fetch! That's the other problem, like, She went from trying to murder us to this right away. I wouldn't be able to trust that.
いろいろサービスしてあげる。
Uh-huh. Just then, Yen embraced Luan's free arm.
みーさん、うーちゃんは私の部下です。
Oh, yes, lovely.
そういうお話はうーちゃんの上司である私を通してくださいな。
Mm-hmm. Of course, former being the key word.
おい、元が消えたぞお姉さん。
Sandwiched between two pairs of breasts, Luan made an exhausted expression.
二人とも離れよ離れよ。
Yeah. Ling Ling swung her arms like a helicopter, chased the two women away. Then took Luan's hand in an apparent display of ownership.
ルアンは我の弟子だ。取ってはダメだぞ。ダメなんだぞ。
Yes, ma'am. Mii's expression softened in the face of Ling Ling's adorable display of jealousy.
あら、そうなの。なら仕方ないわね。
Yeah, probably not. Mii smiled.
いいお弟子さんね。大切にしなさい。
She blinks menacingly. Seeing Mii smile, Ling Ling fell silent.
そんな。何？不幸の償いがしたい。そなたを狙っているものについて教えてはくれぬか？
Yeah, that's a good
ル
idea.
アンを渡すわけにはいかぬが、できる限り協力はしよう。同じ道術を学ぶ者同士、姉妹のようなものだしな。姉妹。
Mii and Tao both reacted to that word.
ありがたいお話ですが、遠慮します。
Said Tao.
なぜだ？
Ling Ling cocked her head to the side.
それは。
Continued Tao and Mii in unison.
私たちの手で始末しないと許せない相手だから。
Why are all the women in this besides Ling Ling terrifying? Oh, yeah, Luan, don't worry about it. You dodged a bullet there. Ooh, boy. That's creepy. Their twisted, ambiguous smiles left Ling Ling completely speechless.
そなたたち。
Luan placed a hand on Ling Ling's shoulder before she could finish.
師匠、人にはどうしても触れられたくない部分があるもんすよ。これ以上は俺たちが口を出すことじゃないっす。
Probably not.
しかし、あの競争、あれは。
Yeah, it was what? Uncertainty appeared on Ling Ling's face. That is really odd. So they know the path. How do they know it though? She wanted to know more about the two girls and their circumstances.
ま、今日はこれで解散ね。また会えるといいわね、ルアン君にリンリンちゃん。
Bow. Tao only bowed her head slightly.
ちょっと待ってください。
Yen stopped the two as they were about to leave.
何？
The music's still loud. The twins both regarded Yen with puzzled expressions.
リンちゃんの足止めにかかった必要経費のお支払いがまだです。はい、こちらがリンちゃんのカジノでの負け分になります。本日中に振り込んでくださいね。
You clever son of a gun.
何これ？なんでたった1時間でこんなに負けてるの？高級車買えるじゃん。
That's all, Ling Ling. Mii's eyes widened as she looked over the receipt.
すまぬ。
Ling Ling muttered apology after apology, her eyes filling with tears. But that wasn't the end of the day. The door to the VIP room violently swung open as a young man rushed in. Yen, we're under attack! An unidentified group has breached the building!
このタイミングでの襲撃。
Mm-hmm.
タオミーニャンニャンを狙っている連中か？それとも無関係の偶然か？
I don't know. Luan considered multiple possibilities, but there were too many blank spots to draw a definite conclusion. Lady Nyan Nyan, I shall see to it that you are safely evacuated. This way, please. The young man urged the twins to follow him.
避難
Luan grew suspicious. The VIP room they were in was constructed like a bomb shelter. Why would the employee of the organization want their guests exposed to danger by leaving said shelter?
あれそういえばあなた。
Uh-huh. Yen turned her head to look at the man guiding the twins outside.
数日前、野犬に噛み殺されて、死んだはずじゃ
ん。Ling Ling let out a breath without even realizing it. The young man slowly turned around. He was holding a hand axe. Crap. A foolish gasp escaped Mi's lips. A mere moment before the man's axe crashed into her face. All sorts of evil. Fetch.
ところで皆様方、
Well, that escalated quickly.
同志は不老不死の1000人を目指すものではあるが、すべての同志が1000人になれるわけではない。修行不足であったり、才能が足りなかったり、欲を捨てきれなかったり、多くの者がまっとうな方法で1000人になれない。しかし、不老不死にはなりたい。
Right, they do, even to this day.
そこで、まっとうでない方法で1000人になろうとする者たちが現れた。
Right.
この邪法を用いて不死になったものを邪戦と呼ぶ。
Okay. Extradoxy, Dojin siphons power from positive yang. Heterodoxy utilizes the negative yang. It opens a path to the whole new school of powerful techniques, but it acquires negativity, ultimately driving its user insane or transforming them into monsters. Okay.
邪戦になる方法はなかなかえげつないものが多い。これは完璧の法と呼ばれるものだ。
Alright, Jiandi's technique, a curse that can be cast from a dozen or so meters away. Heterodoxy, a way to be reborn as an apostate Jian by first concealing one's tandem in a vessel and nurturing it until it reaches the embryo stage, then forcing it into a woman with strong ki. And finally clawing out oneself out of her belly. Jiandi is the name of the woman who ingested the egg of a swallow and ended up giving birth to its children. That sounds horrifying. So wait, you concealing tandem, is that like your soul? In a vessel and nurturing it until it reaches the embryo stage, then forcing it into a woman with strong ki. Oh, facts, that sounds horrifying.
同志の丹田を壺に収め、長い時をかけて熟成させる。
Oh, you stored the abdomen of the Daoshi in... Gah!
そして時が来れば、身近な女に体を放ってはらませ、腹を食い破って邪戦として生まれ変わる方法だ。
Holy crap.
腹が
I'm sure it's just being dramatic. Yeah, I thought so.
僕が邪戦だよ。なんちゃって。
But... Ugh! That's horrifying. Well now, if you would once again horror me with your attention. Honor me. Why did I say horror me? I was like stuck in the horror of the mind. Here we have the century's top model, Tamui Nyanyan /me. Her voice echoes through rivers and mountains, enthralling thousands. Her beauty dazzles young and old alike, and all who look upon her struggle to resist the urge to prostrate themselves in front of their idol. Flowers bloom in the wake of her steps, and she is a true idol in the most archaic sense of the word, who melts the hearts of even the most ardent skeptics of the modern age. Yet not even her divine charm could repel the violence masquerading as barbaric lust. The axe descended upon Mi's head, splitting it clean in half. Fetch. With the weapon still lodged firmly in her skull, the girl slowly collapsed to the floor. A moment later, Yen swung her steel fan at the man's neck. Nice. The sharp blade tore through his skin, digging into the white, fat, and meaty muscle. Ooh. Oh, there is a patch that lets you access some of the content that Steam wasn't very fond of. I actually forgot to install it, so we might be missing some stuff here. I'm going to install it right after I finish this recording session. I just totally spaced it. It was a long day. I did a lot of editing and stuff today, which is fine, but still. There. And if you buy the game yourself or have it already, you can get the patch. I'm sure they're going to make it pretty easy to access. It severed all the cords necessary for a human being to function. However... oh boy. His neck tore wide open. The man swung his axe like he were a Jiangtian.
ギター
Maybe.
いや違うギターなら首の傷が治るはず
Hmm.
これは
The man continued to attack Yen. She used her fan to block the axe, but the colossal impact sent it flying out of her hands. Ling Ling. Get him! Get it!
やば
The man raised his axe above the head of the defenseless Yen, and swung it downward like an executioner of old. Yeah? But the next moment, something hit the man. Wait, what? It was me, with the axe still sticking out of her head like like a what? Coxcomb? I don't know what that's supposed to be. Mi's fist shattered the man's cheekbone like it was plastiline, turning his face into an unrecognizable mold of flesh. Can't let me see. Is that for the edits? His body shot into the air while spinning like a pinwheel, and crashed into the wall with a deafening crunch. The wall cracked like the shell of a fried tortoise. Okay. Everyone except for the towel blinked in stupefaction.
やってくれるわね。アイドルの顔に斧を叩き込むなんて、とさかに来ちゃうわ。
Right,
あ、これギャグじゃないわよ。
said me, poking the deadly weapon still stuck in her head.
第三五行符、銅山法。
A stack of faintly glowing golden charms appeared in Tao's hand. She then promptly launched them at the opposing wall. A heavy creaking sound reverberated across the room. The parts of the wall that were covered by charms came off and floated up into the air. The floating debris swarmed around Tao like something born from the sole purpose of serving her.
潰れてください。
Interesting. With that, the swarm of concrete darted after the man like a pack of hungry wolves. Oh gosh, their overwhelming momentum rendered escape virtually impossible. They crashed into the man with the full extent of their kinetic energy, shattering his bones and plastering the remains of his flesh against the wall. Oh boy. No, it was hardly the end of it, though. A large slab of rubble crushed the man, bearing him under its full weight.
まったく、アイドルは顔が命なのよ。
Right, but you don't seem phased. Ah! Me pulled the axe out of her head and tossed it aside. Oh, it's a healing talisman. Her voice carried a hint of irritation and disgust, but no pain.
武術に特化した泰山派か。
So, Taishan, a school of Taoism that specializes in hexes. Though inferior to Suzhan and Kazan in terms of sheer offensive power, followers of the school excel at ranged attacks and barriers, which makes them perfect for support roles. They are sometimes called hexers.
これは
Noticing something, Ling Ling approached the mountain of debris that had just buried the man.
どうしたんですか師匠。
ルアン、右法を行い、斧が存在を誘拐へずらし、刮目してみるがよい。
Right.
了解っす。
Luan did as told.
お、なんだこりゃ。
He noticed something that wasn't there before. Whoa, what is that? An ominous-looking rope stretched out from within the debris. Oh, okay, so remember I was talking about the voodoo thing? This guy must be the voodoo thing.
バッコン長だ。
Said Ling Ling, giving the rope a disgusted look. Soul bondage. Technique that allows one to control the dead from a range of up to a few hundred meters. It's a hextradoxy that's most common among beast-type yokai. They use special strings to bind the souls of humans they devour and control them like puppets. Said puppets aren't like zombies, by the way, so their victims don't end up possessed. A yokai first has to kill whomever it wants to control. And he was apparently killed by a pack of dogs, so this yokai sounds like it might be a type of dog. Or dog-like animal.
妖怪。特に虎の貝が人を食い殺したとき、その人間の魂を死体に縛り付け刺激することがある。
Interesting.
バッコン長に拘束されし者は術者を倒すか。
Every piece of the floating debris flew off in different directions. It's still here! The crushed man jumped to his feet and attacked Ling Ling. She sliced at it. Ling Ling, however, swiftly unsheathed her sword and severed the rope of soul bondage. The man's body immediately stopped mid-motion like a marionette with its strings cut. Ling Ling caught the ravaged body in her arms, but showed no signs of being repulsed by the gory sight.
バッコン長を断ち切るまで解放されることはない。
Said the girl with a pained expression. She then laid the man's body on the ground with the gentleness of a mother putting her baby to sleep.
へえ、よく知ってるわね。
Mi's opinion of Ling Ling, whom she'd considered to be a mere child until now, just improved quite a bit.
バッコン長はまだ理解できる。しかし、ミー殿の体はどうなっているのだ。その不死身とこたびの襲撃者は関係あるのか。ひ、み、つ。
Maybe. Mi flashed a mischievous smile. She might not be
さ
alive.
っきルアン君が言ってたでしょ。人には触れられたくない部分があるって。
Right. Luan pointed Yen's fan, lost during the earlier battle, straight at Mi's neck. Ling Ling couldn't hide her surprise. Her eyes darted between Luan and Mi.
さっきとは状況が変わった。こちらも巻き込まれた以上、俺たちには知る権利がある。生き残る確率を 1% でも上げるためにな。
やだって言ったら。
お前らを襲撃者に差し出す。何も語らず信用できない相手と一緒に戦う気はない。
クールね。嫌いじゃないわ。
Yeah, you're creepy.
お互い様だろ。さっきタオを人質に取った時と違って二人とも随分余裕じゃないか。
Luan seemed to be expecting something, a specific reaction perhaps. Tao and Mi fell silent. Mi stared Luan straight in the eye, while Tao's gaze darted nervously from one spot to another.
オッケー。全部話すけど条件があるわ。
Said Mi with a sigh. She mentioned something about a condition, but her tone was that of resignation. Naturally, Luan remained ever skeptical, refusing to be deceived by her act.
なんだ、ミー。
あなたはこの部屋から出て行ってもらっていい？解説の都合上、女の子として男性にあまり見せたくないところを見せなきゃいけないのよ。
Oh boy, that seems like a good place for us to stop. Also, yeah, it's a good place for us to stop. It's just been long enough. I don't want to make these episodes too long because, like, technically this game hasn't come out yet. Although, on recording of this, it actually should be coming out in 2 days. So, what is today? It's Tuesday. Okay, so this actually should be out when it releases. But yes, grab yourself a copy if you're interested. It should be available as of this posting, and if not, it'll be very close to then. But yeah, if you really have enjoyed this, remember the first 2 parts are free, and you can get this part for for a pretty reasonable price. Like once you get that far, if you want to continue to invest in the story, it'd be really fun to be able to like hear your reactions and thoughts, and let you kind of like so you can gauge how I've reacted. And also, it's fantastic to, of course, support the developers. They bring us so many great titles, and especially companies like Fruitbat Factory, who go out of their way to make sure to translate something into English for us, something that normally might not. It's really cool to be able to see that. So it's always good to be able to support that. But thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel. I actually have got to make a special thank you, of course, to Pat Kilo, my first patron, and also to Delta 7, who just started as a patron. Thank you guys so much. I've sent you both personal messages, I believe. And keep in mind that any and all patrons are going to be directly involved in selecting our next Friday series. I've been able to get in contact with a lot of developers, both either translating old text or making brand new types of visual novels. Overall, there's a lot of great selection there, and it's not really, and while I could just pick on my own, there's so much to choose from, and I get so torn on the matter that I really would like to reach out and have you guys help me select it out. So you two should expect communication from that very, very soon. And anybody else who happens to join as a patron as this when this one comes to an end will also be able to participate if you so desire. But don't think you need to. I'm doing fine. I'm going to make this content regardless. I am just happy you're here, so thank you so much. But I need to make sure to let them know I appreciate them, and I do. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Anybody who's here at all, I appreciate it. Yep. This has been a crazy year, but thing is, this being able to work on this channel and keep it really consistent has been one of the things that helped keep me sane, and I hope that I've been able to help you in your times of struggle. Maybe being able to give you just something to relax and kick back with. Hopefully something to kind of take your mind off things if things have been things have been tight or things have been kind of chaotic. Like, absolutely do not worry at all about anything. I hope that you continue to enjoy these stories with me, and if you join my Discord, you can always put in a recommendation for another visual novel you want me to cover in the future. We're going through My Darling's Embrace with Steins Gate. Gonna wrap up the Steins Gate universe soon. Well, not really, actually. There's a few other things in that universe, but I think we'll probably end up taking a break before we jump back into that. And then we're also going in Photon Flowers. We're getting really close to the end of Photon Flowers, and then we'll be going to Photon Melodies, which is just freaking insane. Muv love all around, and they keep doing more and more updates and new stuff that's coming out, so it's always exciting to keep an ear to the ground on the upcoming Muv love news. But anyway, I'm getting all rambly, but I just wanted to mostly say thank you, and I'm looking forward to a lot of good stuff in the future, and looking forward to sharing a lot of it with you as well. Thank you so much for being here, and until next video you're watching me, I'll see you next. I'll see you there.